come around here playing, folks, or you gonna become a pack. You gotta know where you at. Must be moving wrong out here. That's how you get caught up. So don't be out here acting goofy here.
Worst thing to do in the car in the hood at night. Look, when you get in your car and you just be sitting there while the gas pumping, this is why a lot of people get shot. They be sitting there like this, look, on their phone, just sitting there, texting and all that. Then somebody roll up, like it's a car rolling up on me right now, and I can barely see in there. If they was really on tip, they could have hopped out, start dumping at the car, then they would have, lit me up, right? Even if you ain't got no ops, you can be mistaken, all that, or most of the time somebody would just rob you. That's step one. Somebody really just wanting to get you out the car, rob you, like Doggy Bone right there. He got them scare eyes, like, I'm getting out of here, buddy. Like, look, so dog smart, Doggy Bone smart. But look, when you sitting in the car like that and you chilling and you just on your phone, like the first step is somebody robbing you. Like, look at old girl. She could really be trying to set you up or something like that if she really wants to. Like, she could be, oh my God, I'm lost, I need a ride. Then her man's come around the corner, hey, get out the car. That's something people need to not do. The best thing to do.
Hey, listen, man, listen. I think he's in Chicago, so I guess I can understand why he's like that based off the reputation. But man, just move. When it gets this bad, just move. Unless you there for a reason. Listen, you go to some hoodish areas, you can actually get a deal as far as a discount on how much you pay for rent and all that type of stuff. Sometimes it could be worth it for a short period, but definitely not forever. Not forever to be living looking over your shoulders. And that's not to say that you shouldn't have a certain degree of situational awareness. I think that's important. But when it gets this meticulous and when you got to look over your shoulders to this extent, like every time you leave your house, you feel like you're in a life or death situation, then I think at that point you got some reevaluation to do. And you got to understand if it's ultimately worth it. Because you're spending a lot of energy that could be facilitated on more productive means that could actually take you to the next level. And this is actually why, environment and proximity is so important. If you're in that type of environment, how can you be productive? How can you focus on growth and ascension when you're still worried about these type of matters? Is You're still in survival, even if you're not necessarily in survival from a financial standpoint. As he's saying, everything he's talking about is survival ultimately from from a primitive standpoint, as far as not primitive, but from you know a violent standpoint.
I don't blame her.
The caption says, "Grandma crash out on McDonald's for not paying her grandson."
I left on vacation on game night yesterday, and that baby still ain't got his check.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know tell the baby to quit playing with my baby. Parents up here clowning in the lobby. She not playing with y'all. I'm not playing. I want my motherfucking son, my grandson motherfucking check. I want that motherfucker today. Not tomorrow, today. She not playing. Here. That baby been waiting on his check.
Yeah, he has.
I'm not playing. I don't want to hear no fucking excuses.
They definitely can give him a check.
I know one thing, he better get his motherfucking money today. His name's Josh.
I don't think it's gonna be. I mean, this is like McDonald's. I think he's gonna get his money. I get it. I get it. Listen, man. I understand people be needing their money right then and there for their bills, but I don't know if this is gonna. It might, man. I'm gonna be real. This might be effective in getting him his money, but at the same time, if they don't have their accounting in order, then he's not gonna get his money. That got to go through so many things. McDonald's is such a big corporation. Even I would say give him his money though, because when you got people crashing out like this in your establishment, that's bad for business. So you should just go ahead and push that through. But she might be able to make something happen. Y'all, before we get back into it, if you could like the video, greatly appreciate it. It only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And then also if you can hype the video as well. And I also just launched the Clips channel, so I'll be linking and pinning that in the top comment. So if you could click that link and go over to that channel, subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. trying to get it to 4,000 watch hours before February 1st when the new YouTube rules go into effect. Now let's get back into it.
I'm not playing. I don't want to hear no fucking excuses.
They definitely can give him a check.
I know one thing, he better get his motherfucking money today. His name's Josh. That's who. I'm just I want it today. Ain't no tomorrow, none of that bullshit. He didn't have that. He didn't did that shit too much. I don't blame him. I don't left on bad.
She seems a little bit motivated about it too. I wonder if, her grandson is helping with the bills. He probably stayed with his grandma. And so she's like, okay, you got to pay something. He might be grown. And he's like giving her the valid excuse if they ain't paying me. So she's like, let's go up there because they should have paid you.
Oh my God. I don't care. You can call me what the fuck you want to. Shit, I don't give not no fuck. I was polite when I walked up in this bitch. Just why I asked you to take my order and I couldn't deal with her. She said no. I don't give a fuck. What the fuck she get? Better service, ma'am. Better fucking service. I don't give a fuck. You have one too. If anybody else got some shit to say, you say it to my motherfucking face. Why you wanna turn around and you gonna do some shit? Bitch, do.
Can we talk about how sometimes we forget the fact, like, these are adults. These are adults. Like, in totality, man, we're looking at adults here. I feel like it's ridiculous and it's embarrassing to act like this in public as an adult. I really do. I really do. I feel like it's extremely embarrassing and ridiculous to be a full-fledged adult that you want to be recognized as and for you to behave like this and literally have no control. This extends worse than a temper tantrum. It's a lot of y'all acting worse than your own kids. Like, it's not even comparable. When I say comparable, you could take the worst behaved kid with the worst temper tantrums and y'all act worse by several degrees. Again, it's not even comparable. It's not even in the same realm. And yet we don't address this. Nobody even in that restaurant is addressing this. Nobody even in that restaurant or that Waffle House is addressing this. Why? Because, again, the behavior is worse than a child. If somebody spoke up, because it looks like she's doing this towards a worker, a service worker. If somebody were to speak up, her behavior would get worse. Can you believe that it's even possible for it to get worse than this? It is. It's already at the pinnacle as far as bad behavior goes. And she can actually switch gears and take it up a notch. If somebody were to get in her business, not mind their business, and say, ma'am, stop treating this worker like this. Communicate normally, communicate maturely. Oh, it would get so much worse. It would probably go balls to the wall, and it would get to violence at that point. And then when it's all said and done, and when the dust has settled, then what's going to happen? Somehow, she would probably try to reframe it as she was the victim. Meanwhile, you're victimizing. other people who's just trying to do their job and go home. And they don't get paid enough for this.
Shit, bitch, do. Call my motherfucking baby daddy up here so motherfucking quick, motherfucker. What the fuck is you gonna do?
See, didn't I tell you? What did she say? She said, I'll call my baby daddy up here so quick. Dudes, fellas, man, stop being. Who's the leader in the situation? That's what I'm trying to understand. I see a lot of these relationships. It don't be, man. Y'all just be. They sick y'all on people like dogs, like canines, man. What you mean you'll call your baby daddy? So again, we took it theoretical as far as what would happen if a Samaritan decided to stand up for these workers. What do you think would happen if she called her baby daddy and she said, you need to get up here right now and you need to basically do something that's going to either get you unalived or in jail right now. Do it right now or else we're going to have big problems. Notice she said baby daddy. She didn't even say her man. People be having kids with men that they ain't even with no more, that they don't even want to be with no more, but they even still feel like they can still have all the perks as if they still got a man. If her car got stuck on the side of the road, she probably disrespects her baby daddy the same way she's disrespecting these people, but she would still feel like he's entitled to come up there and solve the problem. If if a man that she decided to get with that is clearly not a good man, clearly not a safe man, if a man that she decided to get with did something, even if people warned her, that dude don't seem no good. Nah, F that. I don't want to hear it. You can't tell me nothing. Then if that man got out of line in any way, put his hands on her, whatever, then she would feel like she can call her baby daddy at that point. And he'd have to come over there and take risks and take chances with his future. Just like in this situation. But I said all that to say, if she called her baby daddy and he said, and he actually did the right thing, which was advise her, hey, you better cut all that out. And he said, don't make me come down there and get you in order. Guess what she would do? Now he would be getting it, just like these people are getting it. And he would actually be doing the right thing and actually be giving her the right advice. So that's why I said, y'all don't even want leaders. Because he would have to be a yes man in the situation. You think he's not logical enough to know that you're clearly crazy and out of order and that you're that way everywhere you go? And that as soon as you pick up the phone and you call him with some BS, he already knows, man, she probably started that ish. Because she start ish with me every time I'm trying to pick up my kid. You think he don't know that? But he's scared. Scared to tell you the truth and ultimately to correct. You're horrible. I didn't even want to say bad. I was about to say bad behavior. That word does not encapsulate this. Horrible doesn't even encapsulate it. I don't even know if horrendous encapsulates it. This is just disgusting behavior. Disgusting and ridiculous behavior from, again, an adult in public.
Motherfucking quick, motherfucker. What the fuck is you gonna do? Change your fucking attitude. You had a whole attitude. Bitch, shut the fuck up. The fuck is you gonna do?
How can we let it play when she keeps saying stuff that's crazy? How can I even let it play when she keeps saying crazy, ironic, hypocritical stuff? She gonna tell the worker to change their attitude. What? How can you tell anybody to change their attitude? Okay, I'm gonna let it play, man. This is crazy.
The whole attitude. Bitch, shut the fuck up. The fuck is you gonna do? What the fuck is you gonna do? Y'all acting rude. And I can be rude, motherfucker. Give a damn. Shit. I don't give up, but don't touch me. Don't touch me. And you know you know I fucking you. What? You got some shit else to say? Okay, I don't care. Okay, and bitch, you grow up.
She told her to grow up.
Not gonna sit here and be fucking rude to me, and all I need is fucking sit the fuck down.
Good job, yeah. She needed to hear that. You see how she got mad when she told her to grow up? Oh, that hit a nerve. Because she knows she needs to grow up. She knows she needs to grow up, and ultimately, she ain't happy with her life. So she just has to go and inject turmoil and volatility into everyone else's day, everyone else's life. And what do people like to do? They like to pick the easiest targets when they want to take out their frustrations. They want to take their frustrations out on service workers, people who are in the context of professionalism because they are actively at work. You notice she didn't start it with nobody else in that restaurant. And you could argue, but it's because she's saying that the waiter was rude or whatever. I don't think the waiter was rude. I think because your disposition is just naturally rude. You're so rude and out of order so much that you have a natural state and a natural disposition of just rudeness and ugliness.
Now, why did you mute my mic?
Because you talk too much, and I don't like it.
Oh, okay. See, now that's you, because I know men that like to hear me talk.
Lord.
See how that works?
Really?
So how come none of them have?
Really? Oh man, I can already tell this about to be crazy. She said, I know men that like to hear me talk. No, ma'am. You probably have something big and round on your backside. So they pretend like they like to hear you talk so that they can get the objective that they're going for. But clearly they don't like to hear you talk long enough to actually, well, I feel like that's where he was about to go with it. So, I mean, let's be real. She ain't married. She's not married. You could dang near, man. And it's because of people's choices. People deciding to be single mothers and all this. But you can basically, man, I don't even have to know anything about you. And I'd probably have a 95% win rate to just say people ain't married. You can hear the attitude through his phone. You can hear the attitude. Remember when I said it's the disposition is so rude and unruly that it becomes your state of being. It becomes your natural state and your natural disposition. And can't you hear it through the phone? So I actually did have a little bit to go off of.
And I don't like it.
Oh, okay. See, now that's you, because I know men that like to hear me talk.
Lord.
See how that works?
So how come none of them have locked you down, ma'am?
Why would I have to get... marriage is not a goal.
I didn't ask you anything about marriage.
Marriage shouldn't be a goal for most people. What is marriage? Half of these marriages that you're in, they don't even like each other. Why would I want to do that? Gather up with other black men to go against black women.
They don't even like each other. Half of these marriages, they don't even like each other. What are you talking about? What? Okay. What? Okay, well, why are y'all making permanent decisions and having kids with people that you know you're not going to like? Half the time.
Gather up with other black men to go against black women in a society where we need each other. It's sad.
We don't need you.
Okay, well, yeah. Whether you like, she said half the marriages don't even like each other. Well, they need each other. You're right, they need each other. So that's his point. Why haven't you been locked down then? Because we need each other, right? It's because all that extra stuff that you come with, that's definitely not necessary and it's not even acceptable. And so that was his point. That was his point. Because I can tell you come with a lie.
I want to do that. Gather up with other black men to go against black women in a society where we need each other. It's sad.
We don't need y'all. You know how I know that we don't need y'all? We haven't had you on decades. You have been our enemy for decades.
That's sad. I know that's a lie because it's more black kids being born every day.
Because you're having sex with multiple different men.
Okay, and who are the men having sex with?
The lower 18 to 24% of illiterate and dysfunctional black men in our community. You're not having children with electric engineers,
Ooh.
attorneys. You're having children with the broken and
Ooh.
dysfunctional men that your other girlfriends created.
Oh.
You're not having babies by prominent figures.
You're right. Are you an electrical engineer? Oh, okay.
What?
So that means
That's
that
not
I
the
don't
point.
Have to have a child with electrical engineering.
Oh my gosh. She said men love to hear her talk. Ma'am, that wasn't his point.
Are you an electrical engineer? Oh, okay. So that means that I don't have to have a child with electrical engineer because you're not no electrical engineer. Let me ask you a question. Do you work for CSX?
It's so funny because she can't even keep up with the conversation. She lacks critical thinking, clearly. I'm glad, man, we have a community over here of critical thinkers that can just understand stuff. I would have never thought it would have worked out like that, but that's pretty cool. To just have, they say you are what you attract. You know what I'm saying? So clearly, I've attracted other rational minded, critical thinking people who are productive and, can discern properly the way we were designed. I mean, sometimes it's like, man, do we all have the same brain? Like, do we all have a fully functioning brain? Because there's so many people who just don't understand easy concepts that me in third grade could have understood. Listen, man, me in first grade, I could have kept up with this conversation and understood what he meant. And it just went right over her head. She talking about are you an electric engineer? What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? That wasn't the point. The point was he was saying you all are having, listen, I've never seen somebody in prison, jail, struggling to get women. I see tons of productive men, like he was mentioning, electric engineers, attorneys, all this type of stuff, who are struggling to get women because it could be for multiple reasons. One could just be because y'all like a lot of degeneracy. A lot of times is what we see. And it's like, you'll prioritize, you really want everything in the complete package. You want somebody who is successful, but also has a street history and also, you know what I'm saying, is like 50 Cent, the rapper. You basically want him. You want them to have, be super financially literate, but be a gangster that's been shot before, that's been to jail, but then that's also emotionally intelligent and is willing to listen and be attentive and massage your shoulders and your feet but at the same time have a backbone. It's so many things you got, and have style and charisma and be fun and be a vibe. And it's like, the point was, that's what y'all go for. Well, no. I bring all that up. These are all the traits that you want. But what you'll prioritize, if you can't get everything, you'll just say, well, I still just want that street side. That's the main thing I want. And so then you all will get and even create families with the degenerate portion of the community. And meanwhile, you have all these productive guys who are successful in doing things, and the family can't come together because either you all are prioritizing degeneracy, or those people with a lot to lose because they have gotten to the point that they're in by being able to discern, by being able to make good decisions, and ultimately by being able to recognize a liability when it's in front of them or a risk and avoid it so that they can stay trending on the trajectory that they're trying to go. So either one of those things can be true. And so that is ultimately why a lot of times we don't see those collaborations from a relationship standpoint come together. And that was kind of his point. But it just went right over her head. And now it's, are you an electrical engineer? He's clearly doing something right. And he's clearly got his head on his shoulders. And ultimately, he's got money. He could take care of you. So that was his point. Y'all be getting with guys to where when they go in front of the child support, the judge be like, okay, but looking at all the figures, $30 a month. And it could be for multiple reasons. It could be because they just don't make no income. It could be because they got 9 other kids. This is who y'all be choosing. Y'all would choose somebody that you clearly know has 9 baby mamas. And then decide you want to be number 10. So that's kind of, I believe, where he was going with it. That was an interesting clip. Got through in there. Y'all, we'll leave it there for the day, though. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. It only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video. Hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button and it shows the points. And since I'm a smaller creator, a smaller channel, we actually get more points per hype. And hype was designed for smaller channels. So that's why. But if you come across a video and you don't see the hype button, then it's probably been over 7 days. And hype usually vanishes after 7 days. So it's usually best practice if you want to hype to just go ahead and hype while the iron is hot on a newer video. And then also, if you want to become a member of the channel as well, the join button's on the video. And what becoming a member of the DXU family will come with is you would get badges next to your comments, where it would show people that you are a member whenever you leave a comment, as well as you would get early access to content and also exclusive content that's not available for everyone else on YouTube. So again, if you want to become a member, join button's on the video. But until then, I'll see you in the next video.